Tomorrow, I'm having ACL and meniscus surgery, and honestly, I am absolutely bricking it. I am not really knowing what to expect going into it. All I'm trying to tell myself is it's going to be beneficial for the long term. I've been reading stuff online, which is the absolute worst thing to do because I'm an idiot. And yeah, it's just made me brick it even more. It's not helped me. People are saying the pain's worse after the operation than when you first tear your ACL. But hey, I'm doing it and it's got to be done. If I want to go back to playing sports, it's got to be done. But I thought I'd just tell you how I'm feeling, firstly. But more importantly, tell you the mistakes I feel I've made going up to this operation and what also I think I've done well, just to help anyone that's maybe in a similar position to me. Obviously, I'm no expert. This isn't medical advice of any sorts. It's just I'm going through this situation. Someone else going through this situation might be able to take something from what I've done wrong and what I've done right and maybe implement it. But I'm not giving strict advice on what exercises you should be doing. I'm just going to show what I've done and what works for me. A big mistake that I feel I've made up until this point is not realising how important prehab is. Now, prehab, for anyone that doesn't know, it's like rehab, but it's before your operation. It's just mainly involving trying to strengthen the muscles around your knee, specifically your quads. You want to get apparently as much strength into your quads as you can before your operation, because that massively affects how the first few weeks post-surgery go. The more strength you've got in there, the more you can contract and feel your quads, just the smoother those first few weeks are. I don't know what the impact is long term, but apparently it's quite a big deal for the first stage of recovery. I wish I figured that out sooner. I was just sitting around resting. I just thought if I sit around and do nothing, that's what I'm meant to do, just to wait for my operation to come round. But actually, I should have been trying to strengthen the muscles. But I need to get out of this all or nothing mindset. For me, it's like if I didn't do anything perfectly, then what's the point in doing it at all? But it's all about those small little wins accumulating over a period of time. So yeah, the past few weeks I've been trying to do what I can. But going on to my second regret is just doing the wrong exercises. I just Googled exercises for an ACL tear. What I didn't include in that Google search was an ACL meniscus bucket handle tear, which are two very different injuries and require different care. So I was just doing exercises for an ACL tear pre-surgery, when really I should have limited myself, because a bucket handle tear is different. I've got an ACL tear, but I've got a bucket handle tear on my meniscus, and that requires different care. So I was doing stuff like Bulgarian split squats, step ups, and they were irritating my knee. And I just thought, oh, it must be a good sign if it's irritating my knee, idiot, that it's working it. But no, you don't want to be irritating your knee. You just want to be trying to get some feel and some strength back into your quads. And I wasn't doing that initially. I was just trying to fight through the pain. And that's my biggest regret, just going through the pain. I should have stopped there. And eventually I did. And this is going on to what I think I did well going up to the operation. And that is adjusting my prehab program and just doing exercises that worked for me. And those were very simple quad sets, which I'll show here. You're basically just trying to get as much feel into your quads as you can, because like I said, the more strength, the more you can contract your quads going into your operation, just the smoother those first few weeks are going to be apparently. So yeah, I did quad sets, and then the other exercise I did was just leg raises. Just you're trying to contract your leg like you do on the quad set, but then you're raising it as well. You really do get a burn there, and you do really feel it. And the more you can just try and contract that quad and get a feel in there, obviously don't overdo it. Don't squeeze your quad silly until you can't feel it anymore. No, just really feel the burn and then relax for a few seconds and then go back up and just do 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps of these, maybe 3 times a day. That's what I did. But again, that's not strict advice. That's just what's worked for me. It might be different for you. I just want to say I'm still lifting weights of my upper body, but that is not my priority at the moment. So I'll quickly just skim over what I'm doing for my upper body strength. It's literally compound exercises. So I'll be doing bench press, shoulder press, pull-ups, dips for triceps, chin-ups for biceps, and some lateral raises occasionally. I'm not doing anything crazy because I've got to be careful with what I do with the weights. I can't do too many standing movements because I don't want to load my knee too much. But I also think it's important that I try and maintain as much strength in my upper body as possible and just stay fit. So for my upper body, it's Very much basics, just compound movements, trying to get stronger, trying to maintain muscle size going into my surgery. So yeah, not much to it really. There's only so much you can do with certain injuries because the bucket handle tear, apparently, there's more risk that it can flip even more. And I don't want to do that, obviously. So Bulgarian split squats and step ups, exercises that loaded the knee, just didn't work for me. And I don't think they'll work for you if you've got a meniscus tear. But yeah, just going back to my operation, absolutely bricking it. I'm going to try and record whatever I can of it tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is the night before. It's an early start. I've got to be at the hospital for 7. And yeah, I don't know what to expect, but we'll see how I get on. You'll see in the next video when I can't walk. So see you soon.